Hi, welcome to Ballet Flowers. Let's get growing together. We're going to use dried flowers today in a different way than we normally do. So we're going to make some UV resin earrings, and they could be used as an earring or a pendant or a pin. So it depends on what you're going to use it for. And then you can make a statement with your dried flowers that you grow or that you make yourself. So today there's a lot of different styles that you can go for with earrings. Larger, smaller. I really love the small ones when I'm just out on the town, and then when I want to make a statement, if I'm going out to dinner, maybe I want to use something bigger. So it's all up to you and the style that you like. So we have UV resin that we start out with, and then we put some dried flowers on, and then more UV resin, and then a jump ring and an earring. So that is an example. And we start out, I have here one that I started. It has some lavender, celosia, and also, let's see, a little bit of straw flower in there. And then an option is to do a pansy, but you have to have a big enough pendant to do that. So I'm going to do just let's do this one. We'll do these round circles, and you just want a little bit of resin on the bottom to cover and let the flowers set in. So it's not going all the way around. You can just take a plastic fork, just kind of go coat the bottom, and that will give you a good base. And if you see any bubbles, just kind of tip the top and pop those. And then you take some, I'm going to take some gomphrena flowers. This is the actual flower, but these are the little flowers that come off of it. And I'm just going to place a few of those in there. So I'm just going to get some pinks in there, and choose your color scheme that you like. Earlier today I made these with the yellow straw flowers, delphinium, and gomphrena. And this one, we're going to do the gomphrena, giving it a pink color. And I'm just kind of placing them on there, but you can maneuver them with a tool and place them where you want them. Put them so they're a little bit more on the outside and the color is throughout. And this one has a little more, so I'm going to add another little piece in there and have it equal amounts of pinks. And then I love lavender in the earrings, so you can use a whole piece, like if it's something like a longer piece like that. But I find the color really shines, and it's covered by the epoxy when you just use the petals of the lavender. And you can just break those apart. One bunch of lavender goes a really long way. We grow lavender in our high tunnel, and it starts blooming in June, like a month before a lot of other lavender in our area. So we're able to start some of our crafts or dry some lavender earlier. Makes it really fun. Okay, so I've got some of those. You can use tweezers to pick out something that you might not want, or you can use a little tool or the end of a fork and just arrange those flowers where they're supposed to go. And then you just remove some of the things in your way and then put the epoxy over the top. And I just want enough to cover everything. And you can put a spout on here so you have a little bit more control. But I can use my tool to move that epoxy around, and the flowers are getting covered. And it's okay if it's a little lumpy. The epoxy is covering all those flowers and covering it so it protects it. So I don't need this, but I need my UV light. And I'm going to put that over, push my button. It runs for about a minute to a minute and a half. You can see this one I started, and I didn't have a mold for it because it was like this where you could see through it. So I just put it on another piece of the rubberized silicone, and then I poured my epoxy, put my flowers in, and I have a little bit of runoff, but that can be shaved off with a little bit of a knife afterward. But it's nice and hard because I use the UV light, and then it's all set to go. So I can put a little bit, a hanger on it. If you're making earrings, you'll use the jump ring and then the earring holder. And then we have a backing to it as well. These are monstera leaves, and that's just fun. If you love houseplants, they're a great gift. What a great way to show off the flowers that you grow in a different kind of way, and then you're able to share this with lots of people throughout the years. This is one that we've already done with the UV, and it just pops right out. See how nice that is? If it's a little sticky, which this is on the back, I might just take that out and use my UV and do that again. If there's any stickiness to any of it, you would just use the UV light to condition it some more. So thank you for joining us today. I think this will be super fun, and I think you'll enjoy it for years to come. Many people can do this, and we're going to run a class on it. It's super easy, and you create this beautiful piece of art. So thank you for joining us today. Have a great day.